This one's pretty insane. This one's actually like extremely spooky. Take a look. Kash Patel and Trump's FBI moves to criminally charge major climate groups. What they're saying is that recipients of a Biden-era grant offered to climate organizations might be liable for fraud. So you know how Elon and Doge say that all the spending in the government they don't like is fraud? Well, fraud's a crime. So the federal police, the FBI, are now investigating Habitat for Humanity for fraud. The fraud being they accepted a grant given to them by Biden legally. They received grants from the EPA under the Biden administration. Citibank revealed in a court filing Wednesday that it was told to freeze the group's bank accounts at the FBI's request. They're not just investigating. They're already doing this. The reason? The FBI alleges that the groups are involved in, quote, possible criminal violations, including, quote, conspiracy to defraud the United States. The FBI has told Citibank that recipients of EPA climate grants are being considered as potentially liable for fraud. That is, the Trump administration wants to criminalize work on climate science and its impacts, the Capitol Hunters account wrote Wednesday on Twitter. An incoming administration not only cancels federal grants, but declares recipients as criminals. All these grantees applied under government calls for environmental work were reviewed and accepted. Trump wants to jail them. This is genuinely insane. Yeah, we're dead, man. Humanity's cooked. The Appalachian Community Capital Corporation, the Coalition for Green Capital, and the DC Green Bank are just some of the nonprofits being targeted. Zeldin's order eliminates 10 EPA regional offices, as well as the one in Washington, D.C. So yeah, no, they are essentially trying to criminalize climate science as a category. But the freezing a NGO's bank accounts because they received a grant from Biden, do you have any idea how many people, organizations, whatever else that logic could be extended to? 7. Yeah, maybe 7, maybe more. Scientists haven't figured it out yet. Doesn't this legit hit Tesla? No. They don't have to apply these rules fairly. They just go after whoever they want. Speaking of the EPA, Lee Zeldin launching 31 historic actions to power the great American comeback. Oh, yeah.
Today, I'm pleased to make the largest deregulatory
Full screen is unavailable. Thank you.
U.S. history. The Environmental Protection Agency.
There's no logical basis for any of this? Sure there is. Environmental activists and scientists tend to be left-leaning. Also, the Republican Party is deep in bed with the fossil fuel companies. Also, this administration has been captured by Russia, or is at the very least working closely with it, and Russia is basically entirely funded via oil and natural gas sales. So if you, the further America drifts away from a reliance on fossil fuels, the less likely it is that we establish a deal with Russia where we actually get like their oil shipped over or whatever the f we're planning. I don't know.
Agency is initiating 31 historic actions to fulfill President Trump's promise to unleash American energy, revitalize our auto industry, restore the rule of law, and give power back to the states. EPA will be reconsidering many suffocating rules that restrict nearly every sector of our economy and cost Americans trillions of dollars.
Oh, I bet.
Our actions include the Biden administration's deeply flawed Clean Power Plan 2.0, mercury and air toxic standards, Quad-O BC, particulate matter 2.5, light...
This shit must go so hard if you don't speak English and don't know what words mean. What the f do you mean, clean air standards?
Medium and heavy car and truck rules, NESHAPs, and the so-called social cost of carbon. To advance cooperative federalism, EPA will partner with states that were universally rejected by the last administration's Good Neighbor rule. Among many other actions, today's momentous day also includes the 2009 endangerment finding, along with all actions that rely on it.
The Good Neighbor provision requires upwind states to ensure that the air pollution they create does not affect downwind states' abilities to meet the NAAQS. Basically, it was saying, like, you like as a coal burning shithole red state, you can't burn so much coal that it fucks over your blue state next door with solar panels or whatever, you know? And he's saying like, nah, we're done with that.
I've been told the endangerment finding is considered the holy grail of the climate change religion. For me, the US Constitution and the laws of this nation will be strictly interpreted and followed. No exceptions. Today, the Green New scam ends as the EPA does its part to usher in the golden age of American success. Our actions will lower the cost of living by making it more affordable to purchase a car, heat your home, and operate a business. Jobs will be created, especially in the US auto industry, and our nation will become stronger for it. From the campaign trail to day one and beyond, President Trump has delivered on his promise to unleash energy dominance and lower the cost of living. We at EPA
There aren't going to be any jobs, you stupid slut. Exactly. Holy shit, this corporate talk is killing me. This is what they talk like in their, you know, fossil fuel company boardroom meetings. Now it's just extended to the government.
Part to power the great American comeback.
That's great. Love that official EPA.gov messaging. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's take a look at some of the actual impacts of this. The Trump administration announced its intent to roll back major climate policies Wednesday, including rules that target pollution from vehicles and power plants, in a major blow to America's progress on clean air, clean water, and climate action. Uncertainty in key industries, about a dozen in 2 hours. There appeared to still be placeholders or typos in the news releases. Fantastic, fantastic. It'll undo rules that would have pushed power plants and car makers towards cleaner forms of energy. It intends to roll back rules on soot, mercury, and coal ash pollution, as well as the so-called good neighbor rule that regulates downwind air pollution, and eliminate its programs overseeing environmental justice and diversity. Similarly, Trump's EPA is also preparing to reconsider and strike down a consequential scientific finding on the dangers of climate solution that has served as the basis behind federal regulations to curb them. Basically, the EPA is preparing to remove the recognition of the scientific finding that climate change is happening, basically. Like the initial government acknowledgement of the existence of a climate change threat. By rescinding it, all of the legal decisions and regulations based on it no longer are valid. Dismissing the precedent would strip the EPA's authority to manage the pollution that causes global warming. Scientists hear this and kill themselves. Gotcha. Speaking at a major energy conference in Houston this week, Trump officials questioned climate science and made clear they intend to put Biden's major climate rules through the shredder. The Trump administration will end the Biden administration's irrational quasi-religious policies on climate change that imposed endless sacrifices on our citizens, Chris Wright said at CERAWeek on Monday. The Trump administration will treat climate change for what it is, a global physical phenomenon that is a side effect of building the modern world. So basically they're saying it's anthropogenic, but it's okay. Which, yeah, death cult. The Trump administration's ignorance is trumped only by its malice towards the planet, said Jason Rylander, legal director at the Center for Biological Diversity's Climate Law Institute. Cool, cool. Yeah, I think that's all we have. It's going to take a while for them to actually undo these regulations because there's a lot of practical work to be done. Oh, boy. At least Florida will be gone. Up to the panhandle, sadly. Yeah, well, you got to take what you can get. We are going full divine determinism. Well, they just want to maximize suffering. Pretty much. That's all there really is to it.